How was that?
Man, it was a dream come true, right? All the hard work, like I mentioned, from the YMCA, from the hospitality house, park board, going up to North, just all that hard work and hours spent in the gym, going on to Connecticut, winning a championship, just all that work that I've put in, seemed like it paid off. Like, I was able to reach the NBA, right? A lot of players can't say that, right? And that was just another measure of me separating myself from, players that thought that we were close, right? Being able to make it to that top level, and just happy for my family, my friends who were with me, and it was like I said, it was a dream come true. But that's when the work really started, though, right? Playing the game at college it's good, it's cool, but it ain't a job. Right, and making it to the NBA, that is your job, right? And so you have to approach it like a job. You have to, put the work in. You're playing against the best players in the world, man. Just think, man.
Day in and day out.
One night, you got Stephon Marbury. You're playing a back-to-back. You got Allen Iverson the next night. Then you get a night off. You go down. You might fly down. You have John Stockton. Then after John Stockton, you got Gary Payton. You got to guard next. Then after that, you got Travis Best at Indiana. You got to guard.
Slept on too.
Right? And then after that, you got to go play against Steve Nash after that. And then after that, you got Terrell Brandon in Minnesota. You coming back to play there, right? So then you got Andre Miller in Cleveland, right? So you never, and I talked about, playing against the Big East, how every night it's a hard fight. In the NBA, this is the difference in between college and the NBA. College, you're gonna have a guy that's gonna fight, he's gonna compete, right? But he probably can't score for real. So in that aspect, you're gonna have a night off, right?
Right.
NBA, man, you don't get that night off. Yeah, he probably don't score a lot for his team because he don't have to, but he can score, right? Yeah. So if you're slipping, he is going to score, right? So you got to be on your P's and Q's each and every night in the NBA, or you're going to get read your rights. And unfortunately, man, it's very hard to stay in that league, but I was able to be there, able to get there. Learn a lot while I was there, and it helped me to be a better professional in Europe. So my time in the NBA was it wasn't as long as I wanted, but I did learn a lot of things there, and I'm happy. I'm happy with the time that I spent there, but it made me a better professional for Europe, for sure.
What was your most memorable NBA game that you can remember?
Oh, man. It was a few of them. I had 15 in L.A. on Kobe and Shaq.
Hey, it's legendary right there.
Had 21. We're playing Washington Wizards in Chicago. Had 21. Had 18 against Dallas Mavericks. It wasn't about, it's another thing about the NBA, man. It's a business, right? Yeah. So unfortunately, what that means is it means that, you can and should be playing on the court, but that doesn't actually mean that you're going to actually be out there playing and competing, because the team, the organization might want to see another player what he can do at a certain time. Like, I started the first 14 games of the season with the Bulls, right? That's the reason why I made the rookie all-star game. Yeah, I was able to do it. I was able to show I can play, but after those 14 games, okay, they had a good idea of what I could do. So now it's the next person's turn, right? So you can play 14 games, and then 14 games you can go without playing. Right. It's a long NBA season, and that's why it's great to have NBA vets on your team, right? Yeah. I was on the youngest team with the Chicago Bulls. Our vet maybe who was it? Ron Mercer or Fred Hoiberg was probably the vet on the team, right? Which they were a few years in the league, right? So we didn't have that vet who could really help me understand that it's such a long season. Stay cool, be patient, continue to work hard while you're not playing. I was a young player who was upset that he wasn't playing and just didn't know the ins and outs of the NBA. I was a rookie. How could I, right? So learning those things from being a professional really helped me for my career in Europe. The NBA is definitely the best league in the world, though.
Yeah.
Just look at what you just described. Like, look at the time when you played for the Bulls. This is the aftermath of all the Jordan stuff when they're trying to basically. Yes. So that's like when you think about that, I was like they was in rebuild mode. So it's that was just probably the worst place for them to be.
Tough.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
It was definitely tough, man.
Do you think it was like you said, it's a business? Do you think it was like blatant, like on some like clear biasness? Why they kind of, the NBA career didn't plan out, it wasn't as long? Or do you feel like it was just kind of?
Well, I could just say, my time with the Bulls, I was a second-round pick. They had, a few first-round picks. It had Jamal Crawford.
Mm-hmm. Right. I forgot he was there.
They picked Jamal Crawford. They picked Marcus Fizer in the first round that year. So they were, going to make their opportunity for their first-round picks to play. But I just think that goes to show you about my game, though. Yeah. At that moment in time, in 2000, I was the best guard. I won the starting job at the beginning of the season. And so, of course, Jamal Crawford, the hell of the big-time talent that he was, it was just a matter of time of him getting his opportunity. But I just think at that moment in time, I was the best guard, and that's why I was awarded the starting job, and I showed what I can do. But I do wish I had a little bit longer of a career in the NBA.
Yeah.